Yeah, let's do it. We haven't done anything wrestling too deep in a while.
Yeah, I mean, we should talk
No one's
about.
listening anyway, so what the hell?
Yeah, we should probably talk about Vince. We can talk about The Rock getting see whatever the fuck he got. The board. He's on the board now. Mad Catz released the Sega Genesis, whatever the handheld Genesis 95. It's like a better Nomad with that you can actually find and afford.
Don't you speak ill of the Nomad?
No, Nomad was dope, except for it took 800,000 batteries, and you can't find them for less than like $300 now.
I
I'll
did
just buy
see
four.
I did see an article where it come through at speaking of handheld systems.
Switch
Oh
two.
yeah, it was the no. It was the because I don't think we've recorded since the article hit. It just reminded me the retro Atari handheld.
Oh yeah.
The 200 gamer, and it's the My Arcade machine.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not a big fan of My Arcade stuff, but I think it looks all right.
It looks cool. That we can talk about the Mass Effect or not Mass. Wow, that was a shot right there. Not Mass Effect. Starfield, uh, getting getting booted from the physical copies. Getting booted from Walmart. There's a lot of stuff we can talk about. So I guess we'll get started. Let's talk
That
about Vince.
that Pokemon game too. They were getting death
Palworld.
threats now because of yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about Palworld. We can talk about that. Oh, you know what we need to talk about too, and I haven't watched it. We're gonna have to watch it. Maybe we'll watch it before we talk about it. But there's a movie called The Amazing Bulk, and you can watch it for free on YouTube.
I'm
I've
glad
watched.
I'm glad you said YouTube, so now I know what kind of movie it is. At least it's something.
It was on Fubo TV,
Oh my god!
but yeah, dude, it's something. It's something. I would recommend that we watch the trailer or something on the show, but it would do a disservice to everyone listening because we would just be cackling the whole time, and they wouldn't know why.
That has the greatest IMDb rating of all time. It's a 1.7.
Yeah. So I was looking up. One of my coworkers was asking me if the Metalocalypse movie Army of the Doomstar is streaming anywhere. So I went to Google search and searched, and then you scroll down, and it's got like movies you may enjoy or whatever. And that the Amazing Bulk was one of them. And I clicked on it because you see the thumbnail and you're like, all right, I got to click on that. And then, holy shit, it was something.
Does that speak to because that stuff is usually catered to your taste when you see things you may enjoy. So,
dude, if it either the person who made that kind of match in the algorithm, like they were either playing along, they get the joke, or they really hate me. Like it's one or the other. This is, I would say, it's probably Monster level, but actually, it's below Monster level because once you see scenes from the actual movie, the CGI is so much worse, and it's everywhere throughout the movie. Like I feel like they filmed the entire movie in the same room and just did CG backdrops for everything.
Yeah, just the screenshots alone are just amazing.
Yeah, it's got like a 3-minute like clip of the Amazing Bulk running away, and it's through all these terrible CG backgrounds, and it's to the William Tell overture. It's just like it's really bad. It's really bad. Anyway, let's talk about Vince. Let's talk about him being a scumbag, which we know he is.
You knew that.
Yeah, and apparently, he violated the NDA on that case that was against him, where he was basically sex trafficking one of his secretaries, and was making her go sleep with different members of the roster, different members of corporate or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, he's probably fucked.
Yeah.
The not the best part, but one of the funniest. I don't know if you want to call it funny. one of the more interesting things I've read was that this came up again because the woman signed a $3 million non-disclosure agreement, and he only paid her $1 million of that $3 million and refused to pay her the other two.
That's insane because, like, to him, you know, the guy's got more money than, you know, most people even can dream about. But
Yes.
how in the world are you going to sit there and just not even pay $3 million just to at least cover that part? And I'm not trying to cover for him. I'm just saying it's like, how are you at least not going to hold up your end of the legal bargain?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then, you know, and then let the court system, you know, get your fate. But you know what? That's his fault, and let him cook.
Yeah. No, and if half of what's in the article I read is true, you know, getting 20 to 30 years would be getting off easy. Because
He's done. He's done. I mean, he was done anyway. Like he pretty much had lost pretty much all power anyway at this point.
yeah,
Which was a good thing because I think that you've seen some good turnarounds, and we'll discuss I think a little bit of that WWE world. But still, it's like, come on, like, really,
dude, how
like,
much of a scumbag can you be?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. Is he's gotten away with so much for so long that he's gotten to the point where he feels like he's untouchable, and hopefully this brings him down. Because honestly, I'm tired of seeing his stupid face. I'm tired of hearing his stupid name. I don't think, like, I don't know. I just don't. He skeeves me out every time I see him. My skin crawls, and he just like wipe his fucking name out.
Rich, you made the point there about the interesting thing about not holding up the other $2 million on that part of the deal, and it's kind of funny in a way that this TKO takeover, if you will, this merger with UFC and this overarching company where he has less power. Now they have more eyes into things that happened. And it's like beforehand, he was controlling all that, even as a public company.
Yeah, I was going to say, now he's got people that he has to answer to.
Yep. It's over, Johnny.
Yes, it is. And it'll
Isn't
be
he like 80 something too? How old is he? Like 70, 70 something?
He's got to be, if not
79,
70. Yeah, he's
78.
Like,
78. He'll be 79 this year.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say 77. Like I guess he figures, you know what? I'm probably, my days are numbered at this point anyway. I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want, which definitely not an excuse, and definitely not like excusing anything he's done. He's a
When would
Well,
that have even happened, though?
If he would have stayed retired after the whole first thing, it probably would have been better for him too. But he had to come back.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm trying to figure out when that would have happened, just out of curiosity.
Well, one of the people that two of the things kind of give us a little bit of a timestamp. So he had sent pictures and videos to Brock Lesnar and had said that he wanted, like, Brock wanted to fuck her as part of his contract for coming back. And he had sent her to Johnny Ace and said that she needed to have sex with him.
Gross.
And like apparently her workday didn't start until she had fucked either Vince or John Laurinaitis. Like it was like that's how she started her workday. So you can imagine it could only go up from there.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
Yeah, it's horrible, and I feel bad for the poor girl. Like
I thought we found out earlier though that Brock Lesnar doesn't have sex. He has like just clones himself because his daughter looks exactly like him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But apparently, he still has some kind of device down there that he uses, genetic jackhammer.
Is it called the F5?
Yeah, he calls it the F6. The F7 on a warmer day. Sometimes when it's cold, it's the F4.
His nuts are the size of marbles, though, from on the side. The
steroids, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Reasons.
But we do have Royal Rumble this weekend. Rich, I know you don't follow a whole lot of WWE, and I certainly don't anymore. Not like I used to, Bob. I know you're kind of in the same boat. But the Royal Rumble to me is always the most fun pay-per-view live event, whatever you want to call it these days. It's entertaining, and I always have a good time with it. And they always find some way to bring some random person back, and it's just, I don't know, it's just good entertainment. Whether you are like a huge wrestling fan or just kind of casual, as we are.
I do usually bootleg it and at least watch the women's and men's Royal Rumble matches.
Well, Rich, do you have Comcast for your internet?
I do not.
Who do you have?
Fios, baby.
Oh, nice. Okay, never mind. I was just saying you get because you get Peacock for free with Comcast, so that's really the only way that I even have it.
Yeah, that's I've got it. But the cool thing about this year is that in years past, and they've done this for a long time, where it's like, oh, we've announced 24 of the 30 entrants. They've done that for a long time now. As of this morning, I haven't looked at anything since then. For the men's anyway, they'd only announced 11, and for the women's, I believe they only announced like 6.
Yeah.
So they left a lot of cool, potential there for a lot of surprises.
Bringing Moolah back.
I mean,
hey, Andre's thigh bone is going to be in the men's rumble, so.
So I say that though, it's like, is there anyone that off the top of your guys' head that you might think might?
Is Sonny's in prison now, right? So we can't actually get her out.
In jail.
Oh well.
Sonny's in jail.
Yeah, Vince can't bail her out right now.
The best. I can't believe this. What'd you say?
I said Vince can't bail her out right now.
Oh yeah. I was going to say the rumors I was seeing was Hogan wants to come back for one more match.
No.
Which I think the last thing I heard was he was like paralyzed, where he couldn't really feel anything below his.
That's not.
Which may save the.
That wasn't an accurate report.
Yeah.
He can still walk around and shit, but I don't think he could possibly get in the ring. Honestly.
Well, yeah, you got Ric Flair in the ring in AEW slapping our ass offs.
Yeah, another thing that shouldn't be going on. I'm gonna say I think Sasha Banks will be back. Honestly, in the women's rumble, I think.
You think AJ Lee makes an appearance?
She might. She might make an appearance. That would be a cool. I'd be cool with that one. That one would actually be a fun little surprise.
I could see her. Could see. You think Cody's wife could make an appearance? Brandy?
No, she's officially. Well, you never say never, but she said she was officially retired.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I just figured. Well, I mean, a lot of them do, and they end up. Showing up.
I can't think of her name. The black woman who couldn't wrestle that left AEW that I never liked. Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill might be doing her in ring.
OW.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, she's been in NXT, right?
Yeah, but as far as main roster stuff,
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. I'm thinking probably. I know who I want. I want, even though I'm not a huge fan of his wrestling, I want Shawn Spears, Ty Dillinger at 10.
Yes, that's got to happen.
Yeah, and then I don't want this to happen, but I feel like it might. I feel like Andrade might be in it.
He likely will, and only because we don't want it.
Right. And because it would be stealing a wrestler from AEW, which you're not really stealing him, dude. Nobody really wants him.
I followed him through when he first came through NXT, and I didn't really care for him then. I didn't care for anything he did on the main roster, which obviously no one else did either because he was kind of exited pretty quickly. Went to AEW. I did not really follow anything he did in AEW, but it sounds like that didn't work either.
No.
He didn't do much. Like, they gave him a whole group, There's a word I was looking at.
Stable.
Thank you. This is cool. We should do more of these where I'm tired and in bed while we're doing these. And but anyway, yeah, they gave it to him, and then I think he got injured for a while, and then Roosh took it over, and then when Andrade came back, they never gave it back to him. So it's just like whatever.
Well, he had his thing, and then he ended up taking over the Hardys too. He took over the Hardy group, the
Contract,
yeah, and then he
Oh,
ended up
I
getting
forgot about
hurt.
that.
Yeah, so like it's been a whole big thing.
And then he sold that contract to Little Black Guy and Ethan Page.
Oh yeah.
The Little Black Guy that was from the NXT. I can't think. He's more of a talker. He's more of a manager. I don't think he wrestles at all.
Oh, Stokely.
Yeah.
Stokely Hathaway. Yeah.
He's cool. He's awesome. He's going after Chris Statlander now.
He's great on the mic.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love him.
Always has been.
Yeah.
No, I think Sean Spears, Ty Dillinger, obviously for me, same way. Number 10, I have to see that. If I want to have like any outside random guesses, I don't know that we see anyone. The Rock or Stone Cold, maybe one of the two, and I only say Stone Cold on the sheer fact of it could potentially set up something with CM Punk at Mania, and obviously The Rock for reasons of the rumors of the Rock and Roman Reigns. But I don't think he needs to show up in a Rumble personally at all. He doesn't need to. I mean,
no, but the pop would be insane.
Exactly. So, as far as anyone that like I think is really cool, and I texted Bob about this. Butch finally was back to being Pete Dunne, thank God. Over the past SmackDown, and Pete Dunne has been one of my favorite wrestlers for a long time now. Just since basically the inception of NXT, or not NXT itself, but whenever NXT UK championship tournament was formed, I think it was like 2016, 2017, and Pete Dunne kind of made his mark there, and I really followed him along all the way. And then they bring him up to, Raw, SmackDown level, and they name him Butch and put him with Sheamus, and it was awful. But he ran with it, he made it work to a point. And now,
from what I was reading too, it's like they didn't even want him to wrestle. They wanted him just to be a guy that got in the fights and never actually
which is
had any matches.
Ridiculous. That dude can, if you go back, Rich, I know you didn't follow, and if you ever get a chance, whatever. I know it's on Peacock, but back
I was just reading. I'm amazed at how many of the people that are in AEW now came out of NXT, like Strickland, Swerve Strickland, and Roderick Strong, who sucks, but that other guy, Adam Cole, apparently he was in NXT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Undisputed Era. Yeah, Cole, Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly,
Keith Lee. Yeah, Keith Lee. Hey, real quick on Keith Lee, man. Let's send out some well wishes to that dude. He's having apparently some kind of major surgery that may end his wrestling career.
Yeah, he wasn't doing good.
Yeah, so hopefully he comes out all right and is able to get back in the ring. But the dude is so talented, so fucking talented, and can move like we talked about Bam Bam before and how seeing a big dude move like that. And Keith Lee is a whole nother level from where Bam Bam was.
Oh, yeah.
Like Keith Lee is, remember how we were amazed that Apollo Crews could do like standing somersaults in the ring and shit? Like Keith Lee can almost, I would be surprised if he can't do that. And at that size, like, holy shit.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, well wishes out to Mr. Keith Lee. Hopefully, wrestling aside, just get better. Get better for you. For
we mentioned just a while ago. It was like, well, there's all these people that I didn't know where they were. It turned. I know they had a lot of injuries in AEW, but they have a lot of injuries in AEW, and people are starting to come back now. So we got Serena Deeb's coming back on Saturday. Thunder Rosa finally started wrestling again. Not that she's all that great anyway, but she's back.
Well, she's fun to watch.
Yeah. But we're still waiting for like Jamie Hayter's still out with injuries. Britt Baker's still out with injuries. MJF's probably going to be out for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw he kind of hung it up for a while on purpose because he really needs to heal.
Yeah.
You know. Although, what's the okay? So, and again, I it's sometimes it's hard to tell between what's real, what's a work, what's going on. Obviously he's smart enough to play it up like I'm at a contract on January 1st, blah blah blah. But it's also been reported that he's been signed for quite some time for an extension through, I believe, 27 maybe.
Yeah, he's no. Obviously, nobody knows exactly, but rumor is that he actually did get a contract extension, and it's just story. They kept it going for storyline because it's a good storyline. The bidding war of 2024.
The other thing I found is interesting, and I thumbed through the AEW roster online the other day, and I just actually did it for TNA. We can't call it Impact anymore.
Right.
Back to TNA. It's amazing to see some of these people that like where they end up going, or like some people I thought were in AEW are not there anymore. They just kind of like, I guess, quietly exited, and it's weird. It's like, where are they going? Are they actually going back to the WWE, or are they? I don't know. It was odd to me. It was like I just kind of assumed they were there. I couldn't give anyone specifically right now. I just thought it was strange. Like in my head.
Sean Spears is one of them.
Yeah, and that's why I think he's coming back. I think he'll do a spot in the Rumble, and then he'll end up becoming a coach down in NXT.
QT Marshall isn't with AEW anymore. He left.
That was one
last year.
Yep. That was another one.
And then I'm surprised that Nick Nemeth went to TNA.
Yeah,
that to me,
that's a huge get.
Not only is it a huge get, but honestly, to me, that's an indictment on AEW, and that's not a good sign for them going forward because
AEW's got too big of a roster. I mean, even with the injuries, the roster's too big, so they can.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not. They're drawing 2,000 or less fans a show.
Yeah, I'm not saying Ziggler's a draw, but he's basically this generation Shawn Michaels. I mean, he can go anytime with anybody.
All right. So even though they've got a big roster, if you could bring in a guy like Nick Nemeth, I would definitely, if TNA comes around here, I'm going to see him, which I never would have said before, but I want to see not Nick Nemeth.
Is TNA the Billy Corrigan one?
No, that's
it. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's some interesting folks still over in TNA, and it's really interesting. Like, Brian Myers still there, which is an interesting one. Like Eric Young, Eddie Edwards, Fandango, now Dirty Dango, the Grizzled Young Vets, who to me were an amazing tag team in NXT. Heath Slater is over there, who I love.
Is Rhino still over there with him?
Yeah, Rhino's still there. You got
Dreamer still there.
Who?
Isn't Tommy Dreamer still there too?
I think he is. Yep, Dreamer's still there. And then one of my favorites, and this is what I was really thinking about looking at this. One of the things, reason why I started looking at these rosters over the last couple of days, because I was thinking of like potential Royal Rumble entrance, and really the thing about Pete Dunne becoming Pete Dunne again. He's tagging with Tyler Bate, and I'm like, what about the other Mustache Mountain guy? What about Trent Seven? Trent Seven's in TNA. So I was like, damn, I guess he's not going to show up in the Rumble.
No. Not likely.
But no, they've got a pretty decent little roster going, and it was that to me that was like a huge get to grab Nick Nemeth, and that's good for them. Man, maybe it was like a schedule thing. Yeah. Maybe it allows him a lot more freedom to do some acting gigs, or
that's true.
Whatever it is, it's going to be, or maybe he just has some really sour taste with AEW. I don't know.
Which is possible too, because he was a company guy, and you kind of figure like, I don't know, does he want to get involved with the company that Tony Khan's in charge of when Tony Khan's going on Twitter and going on these rants and stuff? You don't hear that.
Yeah.
From, maybe that's.
But has Tony Khan ever sexually assaulted or sold someone into sexual whatever?
That's a good point.
That's a very good point.
Good way to bring it back around, Rich. That's good.
Yeah, a very good point.
Don't get me wrong.
I like Tony Khan, but I do wish he would do a little bit less of the Twitter antagonizing, you know?
Yeah, so yeah, he kind of got into it there with Eric Bischoff, which
I mean, who
I
hasn't gotten
kind
into
of
it with Eric Bischoff?
I kind of judge anyone that still has a Twitter account anyway. So
hey, we
Yeah.
saw it one dude.
yeah, I don't even listen to the podcast, so it doesn't,
That's a good point. Actually, I do want to speak something on AEW that I don't think we discussed. Everyone's favorite Jack Perry shows up in New Japan, tearing up an AEW contract a couple of weeks ago. But again, is this a work? Is this? I mean, because there's a working relationship there.
I hope it's not a work. I really hope it's not, because fuck that guy. I really.
I didn't want to mention him, but I wanted that other. He's a Japanese guy. Don't know who he is. He's got like a money theme and blonde hair. He's wrestled in AEW a couple of times. He apparently went from New Japan to the WWE, so that was a big get for them apparently.
Oh, Okada?
Maybe, yeah, that sounds right. He wrestled the Golden somebody or other. Is that like his name? I think he's wrestled with Omega or teamed up with Omega a pile of times.
Yeah, there's rumors that he's jumping to the WWE. Yeah, the Rainmaker. Yeah, Okada. It's rumored. I think if he does, he would be a Royal Rumble possibly, or someone to show up at the event. I don't know, and that's the other thing too, because it was speculated that he was going to be AEW all along.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't know. I think that money train talks, because now look at what happened. I don't know if you guys pay attention to that, the other side of it, but the Raw announcement to Netflix, that jumped both stock prices 15%.
Oh yeah,
really?
That's a lot of money that just got made. And Netflix is like basically the only main streaming platform that's ever turned a profit. So Peacock itself, Rich and I were talking about this a little off pod. Last quarter lost $825 million while adding 3 million subscribers. So yeah.
Hey, you know what? Couldn't have happened to a nicer company.
I'm just saying it's weird. And Bob, you mentioned something too. We've kind of already chatted about him for Rumble purposes, but The Rock on the board of directors. What's your take there?
I mean, it makes sense. Honestly, you got a guy like Vince that's maybe this was kind of in the works before because they knew that this lawsuit was coming, but you need some good press to cover some bad press, and bringing The Rock onto the board of directors definitely takes away some of the coverage of Vince, being Vince. So I think it's a smart move. I mean, it's a smart move too, because look, maybe not movies anymore, but most things that The Rock touches turn to gold. And so you want somebody like that that's a likable face of making the face of the wrestling division of TKO.
Oh yeah, well, what better person to have?
Right. So I think he's a good ambassador for that. And I think that maybe that engenders a little bit of goodwill and kind of takes away some of the sting of the bullshit of, again, Vince being Vince and being a human piece of trash.
Yeah. It'd be kind of interesting. Is like, I like that. And have him as the ambassador, the mouthpiece, if you will. There's hardly a person on the planet that doesn't know the guy, or even everyone at least respects or likes the guy, it seems like. But on the wrestling side of things, it's like, maybe actually let Triple H run it this time.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, going back to the Rock thing real quick. Not only is he on the board, but one of the things he got when he joined the board is he got ownership of the name of The Rock.
Yeah.
Genius move. Mm-hmm. Because about another revenue stream for him.
Yes. And now he can use that because he has he has all the endorsement deals with Under Armour and with whoever else. So now, they've had the Brahma Bull logo before, but now they can actually put The Rock on it and stuff like that. So
And he doesn't have to pay Vince McMahon or WWE to use it.
Right. So it's perfect. It's, works out well for him. All the action figures now,
That's a smart move.
video
Smart
games,
business move. Yeah.
anything, there's so many different ways you can license that. And dude, if he wasn't already worth multi-million dollars, he's going to be now.
So okay.
Doesn't he own the XFL too, or is that dead?
No, it's not. It's not dead. It's combined.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They merged. They merged that with the United States Football League. Rich, if you're so inclined, you can join us. But Bob and I years ago dived in real deeply on the XFL, and that was a fun one. When we first really started digging into the pod, but we've flirted with doing another one, and now that it's merged, we got to hit an episode on that alone. So
I watched the first couple of episodes of XFL, however long ago that was. Feels like forever ago now.
the original iteration.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was 2001.
It was like a reality show / indoor football. Yeah.
No, it wasn't indoor.
No,
it was outside. Okay.
Yeah, it was football.
Yeah,
no,
do you remember
indoor,
like one of the side commentators on the original XFL was like Opie and Anthony?
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty messed up.
Yeah, that won't be happening again.
That would be so great if that's what it was. Hey guys, we figured out some way to.
Dude, I mean, no.
We figured out some way to burn down all of our companies at once.
Yeah, you guys want to? Hey, you guys want to set fire to corporate America? Here's what we're gonna do. Okay? Everybody's going to buy into this football league, and everybody's going to slap their names all over it. Every single corporation, and then we're going to have Opie and Anthony as the spokespeople. And
can we make Ric Flair the GM?
Oh yeah, Ric Flair. Ric Flair is the commissioner.
Hey,
and,
with
knows all about football.
Yeah. His Woo energy drink stuff everywhere. The signs.
Yeah. And then let's see. Ted Nugent can sing the national anthem every game, and
I mean, I don't see what's coming. Keep going.
all the games can be broadcast on Fox News, and
Glenn Jacobs has some role.
Truth Social will be the official internet sponsor, and
Corporate Kane.
Yeah, Corporate Kane can be involved somehow.
This is how Velveteen Dream comes back.
Oh, Velveteen Dream! No, man, he's the head cheerleader. Inspector.
That was weird that you said. It's weird that you said his name because I saw he put out a video, like an apologizing video, and it was. Did you guys see that at all?
I didn't.
Out of curiosity,
I saw something, and it's like, yeah, he apologized to Vince McMahon and to the people in WWE and NXT, and did not apologize to one of the victims.
Well, so, I watched it because I was curious because I was like, I always wondered what happened. Now, the funny. I say funny in a kind of a sad way. Yeah. So I read about like that thing, and thinking about how things have come out now with Vince, with Velveteen Dream, they did their own internal investigation and found that nothing happened.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but then I saw, okay, whatever, neither here nor there on what, we all know, whatever, different case, different situation. I don't even want to entertain even making any kind of conjectures about any of that.
Right.
However, the thing that I thought was odd was watching his video is exactly what you just said. I was like, so who is he talking to? And it was very disjointed, and it was very weird.
Yeah.
And he's wearing like all camo, like he came back from a hunting trip. It's just strange. Very, very strange.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I forgot? I'm sorry. Deshaun Watson. He's going to be the first pick in the draft of the new XFL.
Yeah, he'll get a quarter billion-dollar contract.
Yeah. Upstanding citizen like Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I don't know that name, but I'm guessing since he came from football, he beat his wife, girlfriend.
Oh no, dude, you gotta look him up, man.
Yeah, you gotta look at.
Is this the guy that like that signed? Wait, I think I do know this guy. Wasn't he like he signed the thing and then like said all this? Like he's supposed to be the worst prospect ever prospected
No,
or something.
Rich, you might have met him before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he goes to
Was
those massage parlors. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those, and then made it really bad.
There's nothing wrong with that. Don't say one of those.
Like
Well,
smacking the
what
girls
he
in
did
the-
was wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was like smacking the girls in the face with his dick and
This
stuff.
is Deshaun Jackson.
No, Deshaun Jackson used to play for the Eagles.
Okay, again. One more time.
Deshaun Watson.
Obviously, the car crash.
Oh, man, he spells his name with a SH too. Fuck this guy. He's definitely an asshole.
That's awesome.
Oh, here you go. 2021, 24 female massage therapists.
Yeah.
So this isn't even like Asian massage. This is like legit. He's going
yeah.
to get massages, and then
He was very bad. And then what the crazy thing is that he got a $250 million contract after all that crap.
Guaranteed too, isn't it?
Yes, guaranteed.
Wow.
And he gets hurt, and then Joe Flacco takes him to the playoffs.
Didn't know
Oh,
any of
you know
that.
Joe Flacco is from Audubon.
Yeah. Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco from Audubon. That Joe Flacco. Okay.
Yeah. Of the Audubon Flaccos.
Is that what it
And
is?
he was
The funny thing is the dude is roughly our age. Like he's actually, 39 or 40?
Yeah, he was like, I think he was a freshman when we were juniors.
Yeah, still playing football, which is insane. But yeah, that legitimately happened this year. So Deshaun goes down, and then like 3 other Cleveland quarterbacks decide to get hurt. So Joe Flacco is basically retired at this point, sitting on the couch, not doing anything. However, he somehow kept in shape, and Cleveland signs him, and Cleveland goes to the playoffs because Joe Flacco goes insane the last 6 weeks of the season or whatever it was.
And then they get their asses beat. But
Yeah. So anyhow,
I'm just looking up more of this Deshaun Watson, that one. Last year, he had 22 civil lawsuits against him. All but one was settled. But it's okay because the NFL announced as a result of these accusations that he was going to be suspended for 11 games and pay a $5 million fine. So it's good. He got his comeuppance.
Yeah. You know. And he promises he'll never do it again.
No. If it happens 1 time, 2 times, it's but 21 times, not going to happen a 22nd. Oh wait, it did happen a 22nd. It won't happen a 23rd.
Yeah. Sorry, I had sex with the chickens. It won't happen again. Bye bye.
Let's wrap up some video gaming stuff. How about that?
Was that Amish Roadkill that had sex with the chickens?
Maybe.
He choked chickens.
He just used to yell chickens.
Chickens.
I don't know. Anyway.
Let's wrap up some video gaming stuff. Anything cool going down? I know there's some interesting releases-ish. I don't know if they're super interesting, but yeah, let's Palworld it.
Dude, did you guys end up watching the trailer? I sent you this trailer a while ago.
We talked about it on our season 5 opener. We did.
I just want to go back real quick. I thought Amish Roadkill was dead, but apparently he's still alive. He's 47. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah,
okay.
Good for him. Oh, Rich, remind me when we get off the air. One of our classmates died.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently a while ago, so not
That's a bummer.
But
thanks for bringing us down, Bob. Let's talk about the Pokemon game now.
Let's talk about the Pokemon game with guns. So it's on Xbox Game Pass and it's on Steam early release. And it really is. It's like Minecraft, Fortnite, Pokemon, and I don't know.
It's also like a bona fide hit. Like it's selling millions and millions and millions of copies of the game.
Yeah. And people on PC had already modded in like Pokemon, like original Pokemon, or not original Pokemon, but like the actual Pokemon. They had modded modded them into the game. So obviously Nintendo's lawyers at that point and Game Freak's lawyers at that point were like, yeah, let's not do that.
Well, there was also rumors that the creatures were created by feeding Pokemon into AI stuff to make these different.
Yeah. Well, dude, and you can see it. Like, if you're a Pokemon fan and you've seen the design of some of these characters, like My Neighbor Totoro is definitely one of the Pokemon things in this game in Palworld. There's several of the pals that look exactly like Pokemon that exist, but like make this one Egyptian and stuff like that. Like that seems like what they did.
Is this going to be another moment where Flappy Bird, you remember that from years and years ago,
Yeah, use
got
that.
insanely ridiculous, and then one of the greatest articles I've ever seen about that was Mario called and he wants his pipes back,
Yeah.
and then he never saw Flappy Bird ever again.
Well, it was the pipes, and then the bird was a cheap.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
I just wonder if we're kind of in the same moment here.
we're very close, I would venture to say, because like I said, man, like when I watch the trailer, I'm literally watching it. I'm like, okay, that's this Pokemon, that's this Pokemon, that's this Pokemon, that's My Neighbor Totoro, that is this character from this anime or whatever. Like there's a lot of them that are genuinely like from other things but slightly changed.
And if there's one company I'm not gonna want to go after, it's probably Nintendo.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
they're gonna smoke you in the end.
oh yeah, it's gonna be really, really fucking challenging for that company going forward to continue. I'm surprised it hasn't already been pulled, but they're already pulling mods from it because of putting actual Pokemon in it. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that is drawing unwanted attention.
Yeah, I mean it's all over. Seeing articles on CNN, Forbes. I mean it's yeah,
And
it's made its mark.
It is, and dude, they're legit. Everything that they're saying is correct. There are definitely Pokemon in that game.
Yeah,
you can't deny it. The one thing I would say is that's gonna, hopefully everybody who wants it already has it, because I have a sneaking suspicion that it's gonna be gone soon. Do with that advice what you will. But
as of 21 hours,
I'll play it.
As of 21 hours ago, the Pokemon Company makes an official statement on Palworld. We intend to investigate.
Yeah. So
dun.
I think by the end of the weekend, it'll be taken down.
We're gonna send Detective Pikachu after you.
Well, dude, you know what's fucking. I was looking through it, and certain things were really disturbing about the game, like the fact that you cook the pals and eat them, or like you can work them to death in sweatshops. But I also started thinking, and like one of the more disturbing things about it is that you can catch humans in the little Pokeball things that you catch the pals in. So that brings up all kinds of other questions.
That's
like
I would say that's weird, but then man, I've logged a lot of hours on GTA, and there's all sorts of weird stuff you can do on that too.
Yeah, but you're not catching human beings in a ball and enslaving them.
This is from an IGN review that they quote inside this other article. IGN's Travis Northup to give the proper thing. It's impossible to overlook just how shamelessly it takes ideas and designs from Pokemon. It's got some unsurprising bugs and performance issues, and the work of keeping your base of supplies topped off, it's a run-on sentence, needs a little retuning. But when you're riding on the back of a flying dragon while shooting a blue duck with an assault rifle, most of those blemishes wash away entirely. So,
yeah.
I don't have an Xbox or a PC, or else I'd be playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have Game Pass, and I don't want to spend.
It's $30 on Steam.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a Steam client for Mac yet, right?
There is. It's just not all games are supported on Mac.
Oh.
Like it has to say whether or not it plays there.
I mean, I've got an Intel based iMac Pro.
It's still not. It's got to be supported there, or you can run Boot Camp and install it on the Windows side, but it has to be run under Windows.
Yeah, Steam's funny because you can actually do Steam. It's beta on a Chromebook.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. But the games have to support the operating system.
That's exactly. Yep. That's exactly right.
Maybe I'll
I have
bump
Portal.
up.
I have Portal 2 on the Mac. I think it's Portal 2.
Yeah.
One of the Portals. Yeah.
I'll have to bump up.
I've definitely played Team Fortress.
Yeah, have to bump up the RAM a little bit and see what's on Steam for the Mac, because that'd be nice. But yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of want to try it, but I also don't want to spend $30 on it, nor do I want to spend however much it is to get Game Pass. So we'll see. Maybe if it drops down to like $10 on sale or something before it gets taken down, then I'll grab it.
All right, so you might maybe grab it on sale on Saturday.
Yeah.
This might be gone by Sunday.
Oh. Well, shit. Yeah, that's true. I'll have to look. I'll have to check. All right. So other since we're on Xbox level stuff, Walmart is getting rid of all of their physical copies of Starfield. And what they're doing is they're marking them all down to 33 cents and doing a stop sale order on them. So, and this is a step towards eliminating physical media from their stores, at least for video games. So, as we have been maintaining since the beginning, there is a war on physical media. It is continuing. Walmart is now one of the enemy.
And being obviously Starfield being a relatively new game, or newer game, I should say, not new, but I wonder what actually is on the physical compared to how much you have to download and whatever updates have since transpired.
So it isn't the complete game. And I know that we've talked about this before.
With Call of Duty, and that's why I was
Right.
curious about. Yeah.
But here's the thing, and this was an article I read, and it was defending physical media while explaining why it's not the worst thing in the world that companies are putting minimal data on the discs or making it a physical, basically a physical key code for the game. And they said, yeah, you know what, when the servers go down and you can no longer download it, then yes, it becomes an issue for game preservation and stuff, and that there needs to be a way to get around that. However, they also said that even if you just need the disk to put it in to play the game on your hard drive, that's still a way that you can then you still have some kind of ownership over that game license, because you could then trade it in. You could then give it to a friend and let them download it and play it and have the disc and play it. You still have some kind of agency over it. Whereas you download a game or you get a download code for a game and you don't have that agency. And if the company wants to, or if they lose a license, they can then pull that from the shop. You'll still be able to access it in most best case scenarios, but in some scenarios, you won't have access to it at all. So I still maintain, even if it's not a full, download, or, it's not a full game on the disc, I'd still rather have that physical disc than just fully online. Unless the game is if the game's like $2 to buy it online and it's a full $70 game for physical, okay, cool, you got me. I'll $2 done.
Yeah, it's it sucks that that's kind of where obviously things are going with it. But we talked about Call of Duty before, where it was like, hey, you had this insane update post installation. What was it, 150 gigs or some craziness?
Yeah.
And so it's not like that's the only game that's happening to. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. I'm kind of like you. I'm in the same boat. I would rather have the physical. I just wish that the physical would have more on it. I think that's maybe more being the old school, part of game, being a video gamer. But it's something tangible. It's in your hand. You have it. It's like, oh, I've got this forever, but I guess people, maybe thought that about operating systems at some point too. hey, I've got my Windows 98 thing. It's always gonna be there for me. I don't know. It sucks though. It's I don't know. Sign of the times, I guess. I mean,
Yeah. I think it's bullshit.
I don't know. Rich, you got anything on that one?
I mentioned before, I'm down with the digital, especially with newer stuff. I don't mind just grabbing it from whatever. I was surprised when Bob said he didn't have Game Pass because I'm pretty sure Starfield's on it too. A lot of especially with Xbox, a lot of their AAA games come out the same day there. So as long as you're giving them like the $30 a month or whatever.
Dude, I'm too broke to have it.
Yeah. Okay. Good
I'd
point.
like to have it. Like in a perfect world, I've got it, but I just can't afford it right now. So
yeah.
Rich said he was down with digital, and we always know he's down with the clown.
Yeah,
This is
well,
true.
we know that.
But no, I like even. I guess the Switch games I'm still buying on the little cartridges, but the PS5 I've only bought a couple of games and they've all been digital except for AEW Fight Forever because I got it super cheap at the GameStop for a disc version.
Have you played that game yet?
I have not. No.
Oh man,
dude, I really want to play it because
I own it now. So eventually I'll play it. I've been playing RoboCop, and I've actually been playing it. So and it's fun. I like RoboCop. Yeah.
They've been saying they've been comparing it favorably to No Way Out on the N64.
Really?
Yeah, or No Mercy. No Mercy.
No Mercy. Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like I'm like, all right, well, let me give it a shot. Yeah, there's some stupid ass modes in it, but it looks like it's fun. Because what should a video game be above all else? Fun.
Yes.
And that's what it is. It's a fun wrestling game.
So does it have a Judy Bagwell in a pole match?
No, but I think it might have what's his name's mom's van.
Trent's
mom's van.
Yeah,
it might have Trent's mom's van in it. So I'm kind of about that.
I have it, but I'm not going to play it until they bring in Sky Blue.
She's not in it yet?
No, I don't. I have no idea. She might be. I have no clue.
If she's not, I really don't think they're going to put her in. I think that they're probably done supporting that game at this point, right?
No, they got a pile of DLC coming out. They just released the second season DLC.
Really?
I think there's one more planned after this, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Rich, I think you were correct. I do not believe that she's in the game.
Well, that's good because the best version of her is going to be in the game then. This version of her with Julia Hart.
Yeah. And her censored butt cheeks.
Well, did you see the picture she put on Instagram where she was like wearing these little leather strap things?
I've seen her Instagram pictures, yes.
Holy hell. Anyway, now that Rich has come into his pillow, let's talk about the last video game thing I had on. Oh, aside from the rumors of the Switch 2 September release, somewhat verified but not really verified by Game Shark of all fucking people. Apparently they're using AI to try to find exploits, so it's like AI Shark now. And so they're going to be using so they said, yeah, it's going to launch right alongside the next Nintendo Switch on September 24th, I think it was, of 2024, or September 12th of 2024, something like that.
People are getting their review copies of that Meg Switch thing, by the way, the multi-cart.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested in that.
Yeah.
But also, not Mad Cats. Who's that shitty third-party company that we shit on? Oh, Hyperkin. Hyperkin is making a handheld Genesis, not the Nomad, but looks pretty decent. It's like the Mega 94 or Mega 95 or something like that. And it's similar if you've seen their Superboy and all that stuff that they put out. It's very similar. Looks pretty cool. I'm actually kind of intrigued by it. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up. I probably won't. But it's got like the same features as the Nomad, where you can plug it into your TV, and I think it's got an extra controller port on it, and you can play through your TV, through this Nomad-like system. And what else was there? There was one more thing. They're coming out with they've come out with the Duke controller for the Xbox. They're coming out with, it's called the Duchess, which is a remake of the S controller, which was the Japanese controller that they made for the Japanese market that they put in with the later systems. The ones that I always had for mine because I didn't want the fucking
the Gigantor one. Yeah,
fucking football shape thing.
That's because you have tiny hands.
No, Lo. Who the fuck are you talking about, David the
Baby
Gnome?
hands.
You got them little teeny tiny imp hands. Look like you got.
I've never worried about you. You're the
like,
one that's everybody. Your little Duchess controllers. Yes.
Listen, you're the one that has fucking hands that are the size of like a little fucking baby doll's hands.
Oh, your mom likes them.